What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erika Girardi is being sued. You guys, the legal problems just don't stop when it comes to her and her husband, Tom Girardi. They truly don't. I think we all saw this coming when Erika initially announced that she and her husband, Tom, were getting a divorce. It all just seems so fishy and way too convenient given everything it is that he is going through legally right now that, in my opinion, threatens to kind of bankrupt him as a person. Some of his partners definitely believe that as well, some of his creditors, because the Illinois law firm Edelson PC has officially sued Erika and Tom for embezzlement. The lawsuit claims that he has been embezzling money from his clients for years in order to fund his and his wife's very lavish lifestyles that they now portray to the whole world on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where Erika has been making the rounds for years, claiming that she spends upwards of $40,000 per month on her beauty and upkeep, and then she's releasing songs called "It's Expensive to Be Me," "Looking This Good Don't Come for Free." Apparently, according to this lawsuit, it comes on the backs of victims of very tragic circumstances. For example, those who lost their loved ones in the tragic crash of Lion Air Flight 610. That crash happened in October of 2018, where the Boeing 737 MAX crashed into the Java scene 13 minutes after takeoff, killing all 189 passengers and crew. There were several lawsuits launched after that tragic crash. About 64 of them were settled. I believe one of the cases earned upwards of $2 million for the victims. So I don't know how much Tom won for his client or clients, but apparently he had been skimming quite a little bit of that money to finance his and Erika's lifestyles. And if that's true, then my heart is totally broken to hear that, because that is just one of the lowest of the low things I've ever heard about a Real Housewife. The law firm Edelson PC is accusing Tom and his law firm of, and I quote, being on the verge of financial collapse, where Tom currently owes tens of millions of dollars. This is going to be a very interesting lawsuit to follow. I just know that Erika is pissed, like with a capital P-I-S-S-E-D, to even be roped into this thing, because listen, she just wants to live her own fabulous life as like a singer or whatever and have her husband take care of her, and now he's allegedly got her tied up in like multiple lawsuits that really threaten her own money at this point as well. And this is a very, very serious allegation that can haunt her for a very long time. One thing that I know for sure is that the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is complete garbage if they do not bring these issues up in the following season. We need to know about this divorce, this allegedly fake divorce that Erika is trying to peddle to us in order to allegedly save her husband's ass. And number two, we also really need to know about this embezzlement case. We watched as one season revolved around whether or not someone should serve wine in a certain kind of wine glass. There was one about panties. There was one about whether or not someone had like a lesbian affair. There was one about whether or not a dog should have been adopted or dropped off with this person or that person. Very trivial things. And now here we are in the midst of a very serious case that has taken over the media landscape. I better hear a lot about it, because it is just not fair for these women to just decide to pick someone to scapegoat each season to hide everything it is that they are going through personally. Before, they had the excuse that, oh, these are my husband's lawsuits, it doesn't affect us, our husbands aren't stars. No, now here Erika is being roped into something to do with embezzlement, and I really want to see the girls discuss it on the season. I'm not saying I want them all to attack her or anything like that, but I genuinely want to see conversations about this being had and how it is affecting Erika. Of course, she can't say too much because it's an active legal case, but I want to hear some discussions. If this was happening against Lisa Vanderpump while she was on the show, it 1000% would have been brought up at every turn, especially by Lisa Rinna, because she's always had a vendetta against Vanderpump, but also by Erika, because she too has always had it out for Lisa, and then she's married to an attorney who she probably would have been like, well, my husband said this. So you know what, the shoe is officially on the other foot, and I expect to hear about it on the following season of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And if we don't hear a single peep about it, then just know this: RHOBH is garbage, and it needs to be completely recasted to include people who are willing to discuss their issues on camera. We watched everything go down between Teresa Giudice and her husband Joe Giudice on camera on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. We watched the drama between Ray Huger and Karen Huger. Now a little bit of Robin as well on The Real Housewives of Potomac, one of the most honest franchises. So I really need to see this happen on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, or else I am just throwing in the towel even further than I've already thrown it in on this franchise. Guys, what do you think about Erika being sued for embezzlement? Did you see this coming? I feel like we all knew this divorce was fake. The guy is like 85 years old. You don't divorce an 85-year-old after like, what, 20 years of marriage, and you guys seem quite amicable and friendly. Like, no, it just does not happen that way, generally speaking anyway, especially with all those alleged millions on the line. Being alleged now that there are no millions because apparently he owns tens of millions. Anyway, make sure to let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.